Hey, 8th graders. We're practicing for our quiz tomorrow on Investigation 1 in Unit 4. So we're going to look at a couple more graphs right now, help make some sense of this. So here's a graph, graph number 1. And on our x-axis, we have grams of fish. On our y-axis, we have numbers of calories. So basically what we're figuring out is how many calories per gram of fish, or if you eat however many grams of fish, how many calories did you then take in? So we have to write an equation that reflects this relationship using x to represent the amount of fish and y to represent the number of calories. So let's first find a perfect point. So I see right here, that looks pretty perfect. So remember, is our proportion. So for this perfect point, my y value is 300. My x value is 200. So if I did 300 divided by 200 on a calculator, I would get 1.5. So then to write my equation, I keep the y here, put my variable, not variable, variables are letters, put my number that I figured out, my rate of change, and then I put the x there. All this is telling me is that my y value, which is the number of calories I consumed, is equal to 1.5 times my x value, being the grams of fish. So basically, like, each gram of fish has 1.5 calories. So I can take these numbers, ignore that. I can take these numbers for B in my table here, 1 and 1,000, and I can multiply them times 1.5 in order to get my number of calories. So let's do that, because y is number of calories, remember. So y equals 1,000 times 1.5, which would then be 1,500. We have to work backwards with this variable. This is just times 1. 1 times 1.5 is 1.5. So since we have to work backwards there, we'd have to take that 2001 and divide it by 1.5. I'm going to use my calculator on my phone to do that. And I'm going to do 2001 divided by 1.5, and I would get 1,334. So that's what would go here. Okay, let's look at number 2. Remember, we have x, we have y, dirt is x, cost is y. Y over x equals your rate of change, or constant of proportionality. There's a lot of different ways to describe it, but y over x is what you need to do here. So a contractor must haul a large amount of dirt to a work site. She collected information from 2 hauling companies. Easy Evacuation gives its price in the table, easy, and Happy Hauling gives its price in the graph. All right. How much would each hauling company charge to haul 40 cubic yards of dirt? Explain or show your reasoning. So I'm going to find my unit rate for easy hauling and then multiply it times 40. So I have to do y over x. So I have 196 over 8. I'm just using these numbers right here. And I'm using the calculator on my phone. I didn't bring a good calculator home with me. Thought we'd only be out 2 weeks. 196 divided by 8 is 24.5, which would be 24.50. Remember, we're talking about money. That would be easy. For Happy Hauling, I have to find a perfect point right here. My x would be 1. Oh, this is nice and easy. My y is 25. That means that Happy Hauling is 25 over 1, which is $25. So when we're at, and those answers would go, I got unit rate. We have to multiply those by 40 to get this answer. We'll do that in a second. Based on this, though, these 2 numbers, since this one's less and it doesn't change, I know they're going to charge less overall, but let's still do it, multiply it by 40. I'm using a calculator again. I'm doing 2450 times 40, which is 980. And now I'm going to do 25 times 40. Whoops. And I got 1,000. So I guess if we, if they're equal companies, both do a good job, we're going to probably pick easy because they're a little bit less expensive. So part B says calculate the rate of change for each relationship, and we did that here. Just a reminder, these numbers are our rates of change, and that means that's how much it costs per one. So those costs, that rate of change, is the cost to haul 1 cubic yard. I think it said yard. Cubic yard of dirt. So cost for hauling 1 yard cube of dirt. That is your rate of change. I know that word rate of change, we use it a lot, and we use other words to describe this relationship as well. But it's the cost per one. Like if you were going to figure out the unit rate for bananas, you'd be trying to figure out how much one banana costs. So finally, it says if the contractor has 40 cubic yards of dirt to haul and a budget of $1,000, which hauling company should she hire? Explain or show your reasoning. Well, we have our costs right here, right? We have our costs. So really, she could hire either. The budget would fit either. I might still pick easy just to have a little room in my budget for tax or any unknown fees, but she could hire either. All right, guys, don't forget to ask more questions before your quiz tomorrow, which is Wednesday, if you need to. And if not, good luck. Remember, during the quiz, you should only be using your materials that you have completed, should not be working with friends, should not be giving answers. Be mindful of what you say on Teams to your friends during quizzes. Remember, we can see all of that. So let's be our best selves. I miss you guys. I hope you're well. Talk to you soon.